you're out in big nature, you can't help but be charged by the spirituality.
The energy the ocean has is just, it's an incredible thing. It's like a real cleansing experience.
For me, the one and only and primary source of decompression, I use the water and the ocean as a way to sort of take that hot shower at the end of the day.
Still surfing? Every day.
It gives you room to find that enlightenment, if that's the right word to call it.
And it is kind of like a double-edged sword. The sea is such a beautiful, serene thing, but the power of Mother Nature when she's angry is something to be respected.
So you really do feel that you're in the hands of a power that's very, very strong. And obviously the bigger the waves and the better shape they are, the stronger the power.
The charge of the waves is what it's about for me. It's nice just to get out in the water, even on small days.
When you're out in Mother Ocean, when you bring the amount of respect that she, demands you bring, it's hard not to put on some of that spirituality, and it feels good, to tell you the truth.
Can't see shit out here, I'm gonna die.
Just feel what the wave is doing, then accept its energy, get in sync, and then charge with it. You don't need to see.
I think it has to do with being involved with something which is bigger than you and being tied into something which is eternal.
It's not a science, it's an art. So, you are interacting with nature in an artistic way. There is a spiritual side to surfing, but it's very personal.
Spirituality was a big part of this film.
They don't have any real understanding of the sea, so they'll never get the spiritual side of it.
Hey, you're not gonna start chanting or anything, are you?
I might. Surfers, they're out in the water, they're inspired by God and all these forces greater than themselves.
Sometimes, like, surfing will click you into the oneness of how everything's alive. So there's the ocean, and there's you, and you're riding the ocean, and there's the sun and the wave, and then all of a sudden you're just, and you're not doing it anymore.
Just being at peace with the ocean and knowing that the ocean could crush you and destroy you in a flash, but it lets you partake and enjoy and do these things at the same time.
When you live in that inherently spiritual world of alone on a surfboard with just you and Mother Nature, so it changes you.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you looked almost happy.
There's no feeling quite like riding a wave.
If I can get a really long, great ride, I'm thinking about it, I'm dreaming about it, I'm talking with my buddies about it, and people who don't surf just can't believe it, that you can sit there and talk about an 11-second, 5-second experience, days later with the other people that have shared it.
I gotta be crazy.
But are you crazy enough?
It's a one-man sport that challenges you against your own physical and emotional well-being, against the backdrop of nature.
Something happens in the mix. Something primal about going back into the ocean, for one, and then challenging yourself with the obstacles that presents, or the opportunities. I call waves opportunities. Some people call them obstacles. People are obstacles.
And I just knew instinctively that that was for me. That was something that I was going to stick with for the rest of my life. It was part of who I am, and I'll always, cherish that first and foremost.
Does either one of you have anything even remotely interesting to tell me?
Caught my first tube this morning, sir.
Surfing had a persona of blonde party-goer beach guys. I think that there is a certain, preconceived notion like that.
Why can't I just walk around with this thing under my arm and act stone, ask a few questions?
I think surfing was perceived sort of as an outlaw thing when this movie was made, and it's really changed a lot since.
You want the ultimate, you gotta be willing to pay the ultimate price. It's not tragic to die doing what you love.
Our persona of these surfers was different than the stereotype prior to that, These guys were thinking people. They were, into the waves and the zen, and they wanted to be one with the ocean, and they loved what they did.
Surfing is a unique thing, and they took it seriously in this movie, and they allowed us to express ourselves in ways that I don't think had ever been expressed in movies ever before.
There's a real depth to most surfers. I was truly blown away at how much more spiritual surfers are than I would have ever had any. They're not like totally gnarly, let's bolt dudes.
Now surfing and snowboarding and skateboarding and all this extreme boarding, it's huge.
People that do all these other things, these Academy Award-winning producers and writers this year, they all surf.
Point Break, I think, really opened up some doors for big wave surfing and where performance is going in surfing in general.
I'm not sure that I would take credit for it, but I think breaking open surfing and exposing it created a desire for people to surf.
I think that surf culture is doing fine all of its own. It's such a, Point Break, I think is basically hung on for the ride.
Surfing has been around a long time. There's always been an intrigue with the men in the sea. The spiritual aspect of a guy sitting on a surfboard in glassy water as the sun's coming up over the ocean behind you, it's just, there's nothing more beautiful than that. And it really becomes a very personal journey.